United 1807, maintain 170 knots to Diamond.
170 Diamond, United 1807.
Got 6787, reason for the altitude suffix, 9 o'clock in a mile, departing southbound very fast, 6,500 up to 8,000 only, single ship F-16.
We'll look at Scala 6787. Scala 6787, what was the, on the altitude?
6787, traffic no factor, delete the altitude, descend via normally on your visual first.
Alright, delete altitude restrictions, Scala 6787.
United 1807, traffic 11 o'clock, a mile and a half, opposite direction, leveling 8,000 F-16.
Looking 1807.
Skywest 5787, maintain 170 knots to Diamond.
170 to Diamond, Scala 6787.
Got 5787, lots of calls for you today, thanks. Traffic for the parallel, 2 o'clock, 2 miles, base leg from the east, 8,000, company CRJ.
It's Scala 6787.
United 1807, traffic no factor, you can delete the 9,000 restriction.
Delete the restriction, clear for visual 35 left, 1807.
Southwest 2907, contact approach, 123.85, good day.
Radar contact at 8,000.
Descend 10,000, Frontier Flight 699. 78.
Contact tower 133.3, we'll see ya.
33-3, Scala 6787, see ya.
Craft in approach Southwest 2907, 13-2, descending longitude with Tango.
Southwest 2907, Denver approach, roger. Southwest 2688, intercept the localizer, cleared, visual approach, Met 35 left.
Clear visual 35 left, intercept the localizer, Southwest 2688.
3 with Yellow Flight 272, descending via Lager 3 with Tango.
Verify 523, Denver approach, good morning. Plan on Zulu approach 21, runway 35 right, Denver altimeter 3032.
3032 will plan the RNAV Zulu 35 right, printed by 523.
Under 699, your clear visual approach, runway 35 right, to direct Bronze, to join the final. Clear visual 35 right, direct Bronze, Frontier Flight 699.
Tower 133.3, good night.
33-3, United 1807, see ya.
South of 3 Kilo Delta, contact approach 133.62.
Animal 11, flighting is 040, when able, clear direct Eon to join the Akron transition.
Approach Falcon 513 Kilo Delta, level 190, Papa.
Falcon 513 Kilo Delta, Denver approach, roger.
Scout 5800, contact approach, 123.85, today.
2365, Scala 53, or 5800.
Close, Scout 5800, 2385, good day.
25, or 2385, good day.
Scout 6292, contact approach, 123.85, good day.
6292. 3, good day. Descending on the right, Tango.
Southwest 2907, descend and maintain 9,000.
Number 9,000, South 2907.
Skywest 6292, Denver approach, roger. Southwest 2688, contact tower 133.3, good day.
33-3, take care, Southwest 2688.
Skywest 5800, Denver approach, roger.
Animal 11, do you want Victor or uniform frequency?
Insight, 5527.
5527, turn left heading 020, join final, cleared, visual approach, 935 left.
020 to join, cleared visual 35 left, SkyWest, 5527.
2385, United 456, good day.
Southwest 2907, turn left heading 080, back to base.
Left turn, 080, Southwest 2907. Approach 9456, 139, descending on the next three.
United 450, dim approach, Roger, fighting 320, vector final, descend and maintain 10,000.
320 on the heading, down to 10,000 and 456.
Got 5527, traffic 1 o'clock, 4 miles, base leg from the east, 7,000, Frontier Airbus for the parallel, maintain 170 knots or greater to Diamond.
170 or better to Diamond, traffic site, 5527.
Got 5527, thank you, contact tower, 133.3.
333, so long.
SkyWest 6292, fighting 040, vector sequence, descend and maintain 12,000.
1000, SkyWest 6292, vectors.
3 Kilo Delta, descend at Paul's discretion, maintain 10,000.
Our discretion, 10,000, 3 Kilo Delta.
Skyx 549 November Delta, did you check on yet?
Approach from the tree 5 left, several altimeters 3032. And taking your altitude leaving, please. I missed it if you checked onto it.
And we'll plan 35 left, Southwest 1458.
Thank you very much. SkyWest 5088, SkyWest, contact approach 123.85 today.
Visual 35 left, South 2907.
Skyx 549 November Delta, Denver approach.
Finding visual 35 right.
Got 5088, Denver approach, Roger, and if you would like, 35 left is available.
456, we'll take 35 left if it's available.
456, unfortunately for you, you're going to have somebody right next to you, so unable.
And Fresh got 5088, we'll just stay with 35 right.
Roger. Southwest 2907, contact tower 133.3, we'll see you.
33, South 2907.
SkyWest 5800, turn left heading 080, back to base.
Left turn 080, Cost 5800.
Yeah, 456, for what it's worth, I give aircraft the option every chance I get, which is just not that often.
American 2436, 7 departure, ready to contact.
Got 5800, I'm going to square you off a little bit and keep you at 9. I'm expecting you at 16. Oh, there they are, 11 o'clock, 1 mile. Just popping off Buckley Air Force Base, southbound. Should be climbing only to 8,000.
Approach from the tree 5 left, several altimeter 3032.
5 left, and we have Tango, executive 788.
Maintain 10,000.
Somebody say 10,000, Sky 6292.
80.
133.3, okay. Got it, 5800, traffic, no factor, turn left heading 020, clear visual approach, 935 left.
Visual 35 left, Sky 5800.
5800, actually the 20 heading, but I don't really need that. Any heading you want to join.
Alright, copy that, Sky 5800, thanks.
United 456, Denver is 12 o'clock at 1 mile.
35 right in sight, United 456.
At 456, Roger, direct Franz to join, cleared visual approach for 935 right.
Direct Franz to join, clears visual 35 right, United 456.
Skywest 5800, contact tower 133.3, good day.
333, see ya, Sky 5800.
Sky 6292, descend and maintain 9,000.
Somebody say 9,000, Sky 6292.
Lobo 41, and turn right, heading 310 for climb and expect direct to Baylor.
Sky West 50, 88, descend and maintain, Niners out.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Sky 6292, there was 11 o'clock, 16 miles. Sky 6292, left turn heading 020, join final, clear visual approach, 935 left.
Clear visual 35 left, Sky 6292.
Southwest 2801, contact approach 123.85. Good day.
2385 for Southwest 2801, have a great day.
Yes, Southwest 1458, contact approach 123.85. Good day.
American 2436, copy, you need some radar vectors for delay while you work out your brakes.
Hey, Paramount, clear.
American 2436, roger, flighting 170, maintain, descend and maintain 1000.
You said maintain 11,000, and what was the heading again?
Heading 170, American 2436.
Heading 170, you said maintain 11,000, American 2436.
1,600, E175, they got you in sight.
We have them as well, United 456.
456, thanks, contact tower 133.3.
Great 3, United 456.
Southwest 1458 out of 15, descending on the ski. 13.
Wow, December. Denver is really busy today on that live ATC. What's up, Daz? Squirrels are watching. Sweating because it's freaking hot out. You got that right. It's so hot. It's triple digits where I'm at. I'm not going outside. Not done a full flight in the King area yet. So teach me. Well, that's cool. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, if you have questions, this is a good time to ask about the setup, because you know me, cold and dark all the time. So first thing I like to do is set up cold to dark, and then I go to here and I add my stairs, and then I add 48 gallons. You can do this manually if you want, but I don't, save time. I just put 48 gallons there and I do crew only, hit apply, and then that sets it up from my beginning. And then we'll come over and we'll do some flight planning for fuel calculations and such. You don't have the GTN version? Well, that's true, but everything else is relatively the same. It's just the GPS path, or the way you enter in your flight plan. You're probably using the FMS version. So we're going to follow this flight plan, which we should get. I usually get it. I just put 14 passengers, made my own King Air 350 here. We're not doing Florida Jet today, so Renton with Portland as our backup. Break out my trusty calculator because I only need en route 638 to 232. Say 590 for Portland, 200 taxi. I don't worry about this because I add almost 100 gallons of reserves anyway. So I only need these three and taxi. So I equal that. That's 1660 divided by 6. Actually, it's times, I think. Times 6 point. No, it's divide. Divide 6.5, which is pounds per jet fuel. It's 255. Round that up, 255. So 255 times 0.5 is 127, so we'll just do 127 per outer wing. And then we'll do 3003 here. Altimeter information delta is current. And we'll check the winds and the weather and everything else. We're going to plan 2-1 right. And Renton is winds out of the north. So what is Seattle's landing south? So we'll plan south for, doesn't really matter. I think, yeah, we're just doing 343. We'll come down here. I'll go PilotEdge. B350 slant golf, not CBD LC today. Renton, Portland is our backup. And we'll enter in this information, IFR. All that looks good. Flight plans on file. Coast Pilot, howdy from Portland. It's summer here now, as of yesterday. Yeah, we're in a heat wave where I'm at. It's triple digits for the next couple of days. Luckily, the dew point's low, so it doesn't feel like 120. It just feels like what it is, which is still hot as F. It's 103. What's the temperature there in Portland? Probably a lot cooler than where I'm at. Portland is 70 degrees. Wow. God, I'm envious. Dew point low in Florida. Yeah, it is. It is today. I don't think dew point. This is like my closest airport. I don't know if their dew point is in here. I'm not sure where you'd find that in the METAR. I don't know. But the dew points are low today, which makes it feel so much easier. It's actually easier on the air conditioning unit too. It doesn't have to work as hard to pull the water out of the air. Amazing. Yeah. Hey Rex, what's up, buddy? How's your day? So far, so good. Getting in a King Air flight. Yeah, that's like hell freezing over. Definitely don't go outside. Zombies are out. True story. True story. Yeah, it is just crazy hot where I'm at. Like, my airport is right here. Right now it's 95. Where's the temperature? Oh, it's 35 Celsius. It's 95 or 98. No, I'm sorry, 95 here. It's 98 up here in Crestview. I think that's Crestview. Yeah, Crestview. So it's going to be triple digits today, at least that's the forecast. So probably by like 3 or 4. It's 1:30 my time right now. But usually this part of Florida is like mid-90s during the summer, so it's supposed to be like record highs this week. But I mean, everything is super hot out here. This is 97 degrees here. I bet these will all go up by the time we're done the flight. And crazy storms. But it was funny, I flew out of Lake Tahoe the other day, and it was like 40-something degrees in the evening when I flew out of there, and I was like, what? 40 degrees. When is departure? Like, departure, probably 40 minutes. Probably depart in about 40 minutes. We have to go through the checks, run-ups and all those stuff. So it won't take too long. Oh, 500 overcast at Renton. We might have to switch to Boeing Field if I can't get into Renton. So BFI is broken at 900, but you see BFI has a ILS 14 right. It has 300 AGL, and that's 9. And the Renton airport, the one I want to use is the Zulu, and that has 500-foot minimums, which I'm not confident we're going to be able to do. So we'll just go to Boeing Field. That's 500-foot overcast. Man, that's going to be calling it close. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll break out just enough time. We'll shoot the approach, but we'll definitely have to brief the missed approach because there's a good chance we'll have to go missed. We shall see. Once he pre-flights, that says could you do your planned destination and then divert on a missed? Yes. Yeah, that would be my that would be exactly what we would do. So we would fly the missed, go to Zepgu, I think. Yeah, Zepgu at 2,400 feet and hold. So we would hold here and then we would ask to divert to Boeing Field, which has a lower minimums for that ILS approach. And we would shoot the, we would just get vectors for, we would just say request divert to Boeing Field vectors for the ILS 14 right approach. And then he would just take us off of here, a vector over to Boeing Field. So I have Boeing Field loaded as well, custom scenery, so we'll be squared away if we need to. So it's going to be an interesting approach for sure. We'll see what happens. Because there's no ice, which is fine, but there's a lot of clouds in this area. The base is super low. So yeah, cool. Be extra fun to see that. It's going to be close. Might see it. It would burn off maybe. Weather finally great at Portland. Yeah, it's that is a possibility. Like this stuff will burn off, so it might turn into VFR by the time we get there, or maybe even marginal VFR. Where's Portland at? Here we go. Yeah, Portland's VFR scattered 22, and these are always AGL. These are not MSL numbers, so it's always above field. These METARs for clouds. If you see clear, that means there's no clouds 1,200 feet above the ground. Here's 1,200 feet. And let me go back up here to some clouds. No clouds there. We got broken at 500 feet there. So yeah. All right, let's give this a whirl. So, all right, I already did the fuel calculations. So we'll come over here, pop open these doors. So again, this will take about 40 minutes to pre-flight. Goes by pretty quick. It's nice to do, be able to have this up to do this stuff when you have airplanes that have these features. All right, we were doing 127 per wing. I already added like 48 gallons in the auxiliary tanks. So we are good for that. So 127. Boom. How's that? I won't be able to do that again. Come over here. Check our fuel for contaminants. Oil looks good. Doesn't actually tell you if it's good or not, but take off pitot covers. And we'll do another 127 over here. I'll reset the counter. So yeah, it's interesting. It's like it's nice and sunny here, but might have to worry about minimums when we land. But makes it fun. It wasn't as good that time. Oh well. Close enough. Fuel is good. There's another one here for auxiliary tanks. We'll add the ground power unit. Check the oil on that side. Put your ski poles or whatever in there. It's just cargo. I used to think it was like an engine hatch, but now I know it's just cargo. Right, we get rid of the fuel truck. To reset everything when you do that. You have to stoop to get in the door, otherwise you won't be able to walk all the way in. Come up here, we'll get rid of the control rope. Get rid of that. Set the e-brake, and we'll set up our quadrant now. Got to make sure when you take off the tie downs, make sure that your prop is in the feather position when you take those off. Otherwise, it will completely screw up your ground idle stop check and your auto feather check. You will not be able to do them properly. So only remove those covers when, as long as these control locks are on, which apparently you can't grab. There we go. As long as these are on before you take all those off, then you're good. And then you can set up your throttle quadrant, and you'll be squared away for engine start. All right, brakes are on. We should have external power is 28. Battery should be 22. Yeah, good on that. And we'll open up this and reload my bindings. That way I can throw the battery switch on. Wait for this to do its thing. And then I need to connect the gen tie. Then you'll have this light down here, which is external power. So we'll connect that. That makes it solid light. Do a bus sense test. So you're looking for gen tie lights running off of ground power unit. And then we'll check. Should have 28 on center. We're good on power there. Battery's on, so we'll turn on our nav and tail light. Master lights on, cabin lights, seatbelt signs are on. And now we'll do our emergency fire checks. So we want to close make sure this valve closes. So we're going to turn on our fuel here. We got plenty of fuels. We'll turn on these pumps for this test. That way those low pressure lights go away, because that's part of the test. So we're going to close it. We'll get a low pressure. That way you know it works. We'll open it back up. That light will extinguish. Do the same thing with this side. Looking for low pressure. All good. Now we can turn these pumps back off. That's just for emergency or to do this test. Otherwise the engine will provide the fuel pumps. Those are electric pumps that you don't need to do. All right, now we'll arm the O2, give our masks a test. Let's put them back up there. Knock out some alarms. That's cabin altitude. And then do our fire lights. If I can get further back, let me turn off that. So we're going to check these lights over here, which we kind of already did with the other test. All right, all those lights work accurately, and we also have full oxygen. Oxygen is good. You only have to arm ours. You don't have to do the passengers one unless you need to. All right, battery bus in the up normal position, which is right here. We'll do engine anti-ice on for ground operations, so that way it won't suck in any foreign objects into the engines. All avionics are off. So now we'll load up our passengers. So I come over here to here, and I like to manually do it. So we're going to do 410 enter. Do 450 enter. 400, 250, 200, 200. There's our fuel. CG is fine now, both in the envelope. So we'll hit apply. And we'll remove the chocks. Go through the cabin, you do your safety briefing, check your lights. It's one of my favorite aircraft. I have all my GA stuff. Turn on the baggage light, close this door. Cargo is secure, close that door, that light is operational. All these tables are closed. Close that door. Alright, we are ready for engine start. Check our volts. Good there. We're going to remove our steps. And let me see here. Beacon light on. Beacon light. It's hard to see at this. There we go. That's the beacon light. I thought there was one underneath. Maybe there isn't. I guess there's not. Alright, so starting this engine, which is add fuel at 20 G. So we'll hit our starter here. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go to low idle. Looking for ITT, hot start, and hung start. Hung start would be the turbine here. ITT is going to cap out under 700. Oil pressure is in the green. ITT is falling, and turbine above 50 means you can turn off the starter. And then we want full power on engine 1. Close that window. And then we'll disconnect the external power. I'm going to remove the ground power unit from the aircraft. We're going to reset Gen 1. Now we got the lights are back on. So now external power is gone, and we've got 28 volts coming off the left engine. Conditioner lever is full forward for you want max power, because we're going to be using engine 1 generator to start engine 2. So we're going to do engine 2. Same thing, looking for about 16 to 20 and 2. Checking for a hot start, hung start, oil pressure. Once the turbine is above 50, you can turn off the starter. Above 50, turn that off. Close that window. And now we'll reset Gen 2. Gen 1, you got to do them both. Clear out the caution. Props need to be 1050 RPM or above. Usually settles right around 1200 at field elevation, usually. Sea level. That can vary depending on the altitude. Like Aspen is a little bit different RPM on the ground. Alright, now we need to check our volts. So we should have 28 on left, right. So now we're going to leave it on triple fed. And that's all good there. Now we're going to do another bus sense test. So we're going to do down. We've got 3 gen tie lights. Left gen tie open, battery tie open, right tie open. So we reset. Those lights go away. Clear out the caution. Volts are all still good. A lot of emphasis on electric. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to do our bleeds. So each bleed needs to be at least 11 psi. Oh, the crouch. Oh yeah, I thought it was a bug. Yeah, you got to crouch through the door. So you go up to steps normally, and then you crouch, and then you go in. Let's see. I think that's what you're talking about. All right. So each bleed is 11 psi. So we're going to do the right one first. One click up. We got 11. So we're going to turn it off because you have to use the same gauge on the left side. So on the left side is 11. So another click up. We'll turn them both on. We'll put the environment to auto. Put that to auto, and this is your temperature. We'll cool things off a little bit, I guess. So the cabin temperature is right here. So right now it's like 80 degrees, but this will start working its way down. 70 degrees is actually right there in the middle, so we'll leave it right at 70. So now we have gyro suction, we have good pneumatic pressure, oxygen is good, flight hours never change, and we'll check the cabin air a little bit later. So now we are going to turn on our power. So we're going to do inverters, which are these here. I have these assigned to switches on my Bravo. So we go 1, 2, and those will extinguish those lights. And then we're going to turn on the EFIS, which are these 2 switches. I got those on switches. And then avionics master, turn that on. And And then we'll turn on our radios. And then while these are firing up, we'll do a quick autopilot check. So I have a autopilot disconnect assigned, which is this red button to my yoke. So I'm going to hit this and then hit the disconnect button. So that way you know the autopilot works. And then we'll do a autopilot light test. All the lights worked. So we'll do pitch trim, rudder boost on. And I've got heading assigned to my Bravo. So we're going to do heading, armed. Clear out the caution. And now we can trim for takeoff. I like to put it on the very top of the white here. Makes it a little easier to get off the ground. And we'll do 1 notch of flaps for takeoff. And here's the other thing. You need to trim this aileron to basically, this side of the square is lined up with the left side of this knob. That's how I do it. Helps counteract the roll of the airplane that rolls a little bit to the right because of the prop spinning. Alright, now that we have good power up here, we can turn on the coffee maker and furnace for our passengers. Test the E-lights. All lights are good. Slave our gyros. Hit mode 1 time. Come over here. Mode 1 time. Now our gyros are slaved to the avionics, I guess. I can't remember what that exactly does. You meant with the door? Oh, okay. I was guessing correctly. Alright, so let's do AV tab. PSC. Elevation 410. We'll check that with the ATIS here. So PCS. So the other thing is I'm using auxiliary for my ground ops at 48 gallons. This is it. The King Air burns auxiliary first. So your main fuel will never go down. You won't see this budge until your auxiliary goes empty first. So that's why I use the 48 gallons per wing of auxiliary just for setting up the aircraft and going through all the checks and everything, because the main tank is my calculated fuel that I need for the flight. The auxiliary fuel is just to get things going, if that makes sense. And then we've got clearance, it's 120.0. See, I like the Collins radios. That's why I like this GTN mod. So we'll pop that over. We'll turn on COM 1 and 2. You can adjust the volume here.
Contact Oakland Center 127.45.
The little arrow will adjust the volume. And ATIS is 126.65. Pop that over.
Number 872 Golf Oakland.
Guard.
Denver approach, November 930 Delta Sierra, 6,500.
Runway assignments and hold short instructions.
930 Delta Sierra,
Advise
Denver
on
approach,
initial contact that you have information Delta. TRI Cities Airport, ATIS information Delta, 1753 Zulu. Wind 100 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 28. Dew point 11. Altimeter 3003. Arriving and departing runways 21 left, 21 right. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Delta.
Alright, so now I switch it back to guard. We got that. Altitude is 410, so we're right on the money on the pressure. And we already filed the clearance, so now before we start punching in waypoints, let's make sure we get as filed. And I think that was Delta. Let me. PSC is Delta, yeah. I believe this is Bergstrom. Procedure. Yeah, I'm at we're at Bergstrom. FBO. Good afternoon, Tri-Cities clearance, King Air 1399 Bergstrom with Delta, IFR Renton.
Number 1399er, Tri-Cities ground standby. Number 930 Delta Sierra is cleared into Denver Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at 7,000 until advised proceed direct Denver Airport.
Maintained VFR at 7,000, cleared into the Bravo and cleared direct Denver International, November 930 Delta Sierra.
Number 1399er, Tri-Cities grounds clear the Renton Airport. Tri-Cities 7 departure. Vectors pass go then as filed. Maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 220 within 10 minutes. Chinook departure 128.75, squawk 2065.
Cleared to Renton via Tri-City 7 departure, radar vectors pass go, then as filed. Maintain 10,000, expect 220 within 10 minutes. Departure with Chinook 128.75, squawk 2065, King Air 1399.
Number 1399, read back is correct.
Alright, so I'm going to switch to ground. And tower is 135.3.
So the ground walker 390 Yankee Tower by taxi.
And we're going to squawk 2065.
390 Zulu ground runway 12, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Foxtrot Alpha, runway 12.
We'll leave it on standby for right now. Got that set. We are cleared to 10,000. If you need to do 500-foot increments, you could just press this button. And it will do, 100-foot increments. So you can go back and forth that way. So 10,000, we got heading armed. We're going to be on vectors, but we're going to be on GPS. So we'll switch 2D panels, go to autopilot, and we'll hit the course. 1, 2. So GPS is showing. We do nav data. 1, 2, 3. That shows wind. Now that wind, I think, is part of this mod that I'm using. So you might not get the wind if with the nav data. That might be associated with this GTN mod. So keep that in mind. But the GPS does work. That's actually coming from here. So that's what this is. It's just easier. We're going to do an auto ignition check now. So we're going to turn these on. And left ignition, right ignition, and prop pitch will all extinguish when we give a little bit of power on the throttle here. So that's a good test. We're going to turn on our windshield anti-ice on normal. Prop de-ice auto, which is here. So you turn that on auto, and then when you come up here,
Number 0 Delta Sierra,
your prop amps should be in the green at 30 amps. Turn it off.
We have the airport
It goes back to
now,
0.
November 930 Delta Sierra.
So not expecting any icing today, so we'll leave that off. But otherwise, when you're in the air, you'd want that on.
Delta Sierra, contact Denver Tower 133.3.
We'll do the pitot install warning when we're
133.3
doing later checks.
over to Denver Tower, November 930 Delta
We're going to do a surface de-ice check. So for this check, it uses a lot of power. So you need to do high idle,
7,000 feet,
which increases
full stop.
your load, so that way you can do this test effectively. So you do a manual,
right, cleared to land.
hold it down, you got a wing de-ice, and then you'll keep holding it and it will switch to tail. Now you got a tail de-ice, and then you can let go. If you want to do just a single, you could do the up arrow, but I just want to make sure that those boots inflate. Once that test is good, we'll lower the RPMs back down. Still doing good on gas here, plenty of gas. Now we're going to do a ground idle stop test. So we're going to press and hold this. We're going to bring RPMs up to 1500 while we're holding that switch. So you keep holding, get it to 1500. Let go of the switch, but don't move the throttle, and it will go back to idle on its own. Now you can bump the throttle and bring it back up to 1500. And now we'll do the auto feather test. So down arrow, you have AFX lights, and now we're going to quickly reduce power on the left engine, and that feathers the left. Lights go out. I'm holding this switch down the entire time using my throttle controllers. Feather the right, so you're just basically going to idle really fast, and that simulates the engine quitting. So then we'll lower the RPMs, clear out the caution from the feathering, and we'll arm the system. Now the system is armed for takeoff. You can expect 211. That's the other thing with this mod. I think the mod gives me the heading here. So that's something else you might not see as an actual heading. I think that's mod specific. So it's a good mod. It has the weather here on this screen. Actually, you have to switch it. I'll show you that later. Alright, so auto feather test was good. It's armed. Now we're going to do a cabin pressure check. We're at 400 something feet. So we're going to do 0 down here. We're on 0, so we're going to do this test. So when we do the test, we're going to look for about 800 to 1,000 feet per minute descent. Hold the test, and we got 1,000 feet per minute. That means the cabin is pressurized properly. So now we're going to set cabin altitude for the flight level 1,000 feet above our cleared altitude. So we're going to set this for 23, which will give us a cabin altitude of 4,400. So we filed 220. I want to set the cabin for 1,000 feet above, and that's all we're going to worry about on that, except we're going to set the rate. Put this white dot at the 10 o'clock position. What that will do is give you a 500 foot per minute climb within the cabin, climb or descend. It would be 500 feet. So it's easier on your passengers' ears to set that white dot for 10 p.m. Now we're going to do an EFIS test. So we're going to press and hold that button. We're holding that. And that button is right here next to your EFIS switches.
390 Spokane departure, radar contact.
Come down here, Go to performance. Runway length is 77.
CBM 0 Delta Sierra, right turn, Mike 6. Pardon me.
Heading
right
is
turn,
211.
Mike 5, then straight across.
Runway gradient, that's fine. We'll do flaps
turn,
approach.
Mike 5.
Set markers.
Straight to signature.
We're going to rotate it
frequency,
102. Field length
November
required
930 Delta Sierra.
4,100, and it already brings in all the weather for you. So, and then it sets. So this is our VR speed, is right there. Sets it all up. Now we're going to do taxi light, Reco light, which are your left and right lights. And we are on GPS mode. We do need to enter in a flight plan here, so let me see, flight plan, Tri-Cities, it's just gonna be radar vectors, so I'll just add a waypoint. We'll do PS
Walker 390, contact Salt Lake City Center 133.4.
Salt Lake 133.4.
Do an airway 204, and we'll take that to Yakima. YKM. We'll load that. And then we're going to do
Walker 390, Salt Lake City Center.
Chins 4, but I believe that actually
turn left direct Missoula. Join Mullen Pass transition.
Includes the Yakima VOR, so we'll do Renton. And we'll do procedure and arrival, Chins 4, and I'm going to do Sunid, but we're going to delete Sunid. And we're going to do South Ops. So we're going to load the arrival. So we don't need Sunid, so we're going to click Sunid and we're going to remove it. And then that way we have everything else. We'll set an altitude when we're at cruise to cross Ratty. We're going to be on a vector of 343 to Renton, and then we'll do the approach when we get in the air. So the flight plan is set, and we're good to go there. We are on GPS mode. To put this thing in the beta mode, you have to set a button, or set a button for reverse first. So I put in reverse first, take it back out, and then I hit a separate button for beta, which pops it up. And then as I add power, it betas to props. It just changes the pitch of the prop, not the actual RPM. All right, now we are ready to squawk mode Charlie, or at least on, but I just go right to Charlie. Rudder boost is on. We should have no lights down here except these, which is fine. We'll update our ATIS.
53 Zulu. Wind variable at 4. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 29er. Dew point 11. Altimeter 3001. Arriving and departing runways 21 left, 21 right. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assigns and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Echo.
Alright, we are now with Echo with a different altimeter. Everything else is the same. And we'll take off the brakes, and you go backwards on your throttle and you actually start moving forwards. So to slow down, it's the opposite. You give it power to slow down, and then you'll stop here again. So you lower the throttle to bring it back up. It's like totally opposite, but that's how the beta works in this. So we'll come up here and we'll get our taxi instruction.
Walker 390, contact Salt Lake City Center now on 128.72.
Taxi lights are on, door is shut, everything is good there.
Over 390 Salt Lake City Center, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Tri-Cities ground, King Air 1399 Bergstrom with Echo ready to taxi. Am I on the wrong frequency? Am I still online?
And departing runway 21 left.
Yeah. Tri-Cities ground, King Air 1399 Bergstrom with Echo ready to taxi.
Go 399er, Tri-Cities ground, runway 21 right, taxi via Echo and Alpha 5, cross runway 21 left at Echo, hold short runway 21 right.
21 right via Echo Alpha 5, cross 21 left, hold short 21 right at Alpha 5, King Air 1399. Alright, so we're going to do our flight control check while we're taxiing here. Got both sides, everything's free, clear, and correct. The wind is calm. Auto ignition is auto. If it's a really tight turn, sometimes you have to tap the right brake to make a tighter turn. Our fuel should still be on auxiliary. So we got plenty of fuel. As I said, hasn't even budged the top one because we haven't gone through the auxiliary first yet. If you need to go faster, you can add a little bit of condition here, and that will give it a little bit more power. And we're going to be crossing our runway, so we'll turn on our strobes. All right, clear right. Do engine ice off. We'll hold up here. All right. 135.3 is tower and departure is 128.75. We'll do landing lights. Ice lights. We are trimmed for takeoff. We're going to do pitot stall warning. I'm going to take our props out of beta, so now it'll be going forward. And we're going to do prop sync auto, I mean. Conditioner levers will do full forward, even though real world pilots don't do full forward on conditioner levers for normal ops. But I like to because I like the extra power. Tri-Cities Tower, King Air 1399, hold short, 21 right.
Number 13999 Tri-Cities Tower, only 21 right, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading, wind variable at 4.
Runway heading, 21 right, cleared for takeoff, King Air 1399. So climb on assigned heading for vectors to assign route, fix, maintain 10,000 or assign lower altitude, expect clearance spot within 5 minutes. So there's really nothing else to say there. So
Walker 390 Seattle Center, roger.
So we're going to do full condition, props are full. We're going to do 50% power initial. Props are maxed. Now we're going to add in our torque. We're going to hold it up.
60 knots. V1. Rotate.
This is where I always get phone calls when I'm trying to do something.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Alright, I think did I raise the gear? There we go. Gears up.
Attitudes check.
Flaps are up.
Gear indicates up. Flaps indicates up.
Alright. Looking for about
Air 1399 contact Chinook departure.
over to departure, King Air 1399, see ya. I'm going to do a little bit of trim for 2,000 feet per minute. Switch to Chinook. Turn on the autopilot for heading. And we'll reset that. Alright. Chinook departure, King Air 1399, leaving 1,900, climbing 10,000.
King Air 1399 Chinook departure, radar contact.
Okay, so I have buttons set up, and if you remind me, I'll show you what these are called. So I have a button that changes the AOA. So I can pitch for AOA, which is what I'm doing right now. So I can press and hold that button. Like I'll press and hold it, and I'll reset, and I'll push down to about 1,500 feet per minute. I'll let go of that button, and it will trim for wherever I let go of the button, which is going to be, I mean, it's not exact, I guess, but because there's a climb feature, but I try to get to a little bit higher first, and then we'll back off the prop a little bit so it's out of the red.
Number 1399, when able, turn right direct PAPS, join Victor 204.
Right turn, direct PAPS, join Victor 204, 1399. Alright, so we're going to do flight plan,
Walker 390
PAPS,
negative.
activate, nav. So now we are direct to PAPS, and anything below 10,000 feet, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. So I'm using that button again, change this to about 1,000 feet per minute, get to about 170 knots. I'm gonna add in some more torque to about 90, and then I'm going to click IAS, which will change this to climb mode. So now we're in climb mode, which will give us a default climb of 1,500 feet per minute. It will default to 1,500 feet climb or descending, depending upon which one you use. It will steady out at 1,500. It's probably burning off a little bit of extra speed. So that is down here in climb. So descend, I also have that bound. And then we can mash that button, sync up our heading bug. So what the climb feature does is it will lose speed automatically to maintain the 1500 foot per minute climb. If you want more than 1500 feet per minute within climb mode, then you have to use the up and down vertical speed button. But I don't usually, I only click the vertical speed button when I want to use the AOA again. I only use AOA and climb and descend features of this. All right, flaps are up, gear is up. And we'll leave our landing lights on for right now. We'll keep adding in torque, keeping it at around 95, and the climb is fine.
Roll 1399er, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
Seattle Center 132.6, 1399er. Takeoff music, how special.
Denver clearance,
Yeah,
November
phone.
930 Delta Sierra.
I knew the phone call, like I knew what it was going to be, and I saw that they left a message, so I knew I didn't necessarily have to answer that. 132.6. Usually I don't answer the phone when I'm flying, but I knew it was for an appointment I have tomorrow. Seattle Center, King Air 1399, climbing 8,500 for 10,000.
Number 1399er, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb maintain flight level 220, 1399er. Alright, so we'll spin this up to 220, and you will see while in climb mode, we will bleed speed but maintain 1,500 feet per minute. The only thing you have to do is maintain the torque at about 95, and so I'm just gradually adding throttle power as we climb, because you lose torque as you climb. And the speeds are written in here somewhere.
TBM 930 Delta Sierra Denver clearance, clear the Jackson Hole Airport, Yellowstone 4 departure, Medicine Bow transition, then direct Denor VOR. Delta
I don't really use that, but yeah, I know that it will lose speed.
Maintain 10,000.
So you don't have to worry about stalling out, which is really cool.
Denver departure 126.1, squawk 4072.
All right, 10,000 feet. We'll turn off all of our lights here. We'll leave on the strobes, obviously, and nav lights. Don't need auto ignition, don't need auto feather anymore. Technically, they want auto feather on all the time, which is why you get this little yellow light. But you really only need it on takeoff and landings. Or if you're low, if there's a chance of an engine failure, you want auto feather on. But up high, I have enough time to just feather the prop myself. So I'd rather have that than look at those auto feather lights the entire time. And back Sally got a call, so missed a pre-flight again. Oh, it's okay. I was very thorough with you in mind that you might need to use this as a review. So I'll upload it. I mean, I know you have access to, everybody has access to my recordings on Twitch, but I'll probably go ahead and upload this to my YouTube channel as well. So I did go into a pretty good amount of detail on the pre-flight aspect of it for you. Trying to be a little bit more explaining on the process so you don't have to study as much. So we're already losing some speed, but we're maintaining 1,500, which is how the climb function works. If we were to have leveled out, and if I wanted to switch to AOA mode again, then I would have had to have pressed, you have to press the VS button, vertical speed button, and then you can use the AOA trick again by pressing and holding that assign button. So if you need to know what those assignments are, remind me when we're on the ground, and I'll show you the key assignments for the autopilot cutoff, because you have to have this button assigned somewhere, or just use the one on the yoke. Otherwise you'll get weird behavior. Like, you don't want, I think the rudder boost pops off when you hit this button once, which is fine. That's what you want for landing. I think if you hit it twice, it will disconnect the auto trim, or the electric trim, I think, something like that. It's been a while since I've pressed it twice, but you definitely want that assigned. And then the other button I have assigned, I think, is pitch sync. So I have this button assigned, and trim assigned. Still maintaining 1500, losing speed, and we're at 91, so I'm going to add a little bit more torque. Technically, you want to be limited by ITT, so you don't want to push it over the red, but I know this plane doesn't have failures, so I'm not worried about anything failing unless I force it to through the X-plane functions. Alright, let's see what my weather injector is showing at Renton. It's showing overcast at 800, so we might be able to get in. It's going to be close. Probably get even higher by the time we get there. Yeah, it's kind of like a competition between turbine. You know, you don't want it to go over the red line here. You don't want ITT too high, so you have to bring back the throttle to do it properly, but I just worry about the torque and the turbine mainly. It will maintain that 1500 feet per minute the best it can. We're coming up to transition altitude, so we'll lower this to standard. Both. Cross check, and as promised, our temperature now is 70 degrees in the cabin. This does a good job at regulating that. Now, if you need emergency heat, when you first crank this thing on the ground, you put conditioner levers to full power on the ground, and then you add electric heat, and then you do aft heat. No, electric heat, aft blower, then aft heat. But you have to have full power because these take up a lot of juice from the generators. But then it will, you only need the electric heat on to get it warmed up fast. Once it warms up, then the normal heating system will do the job, so you can turn those off. The yaw damper comes on automatically when you activate the autopilot. Having the engine ice off increases your performance as well. We're high enough now. We'll put our seat belts off. And cabin pressure should be climbing. Yep. We're doing good on cabin pressure. The only thing I didn't do that I should have done before takeoff was press this button one more time and make sure that all lights stay off. That way you know there's no issues and everything is set up for takeoff.
3.45. Just make sure COM 1 and COM 2 are both set to receive on that frequency. You'll hear exactly what we hear.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine flying this plane without the GTN software. It just makes this plane so much better with the mod. Get all the extra features like the radar, for example. You can come down to Click radar.
1399er cross Ratty at 10,000 and the altimeter 3018.
Cross Ratty at maintain 10,000, 3018, 1399. Ratty 10,000, 3018. All right, so let's come down here and we'll do flight plan, Ratty.
Bird 930 Delta Sierra Denver ground verify your signature.
10,000, enter.
TBM 930 Delta Sierra Denver ground runway 8 taxi to Mike.
Save. And then I can go back because I added this VNAV to the front. And I know that this will default to 1,500 feet per minute. So that will give us a top of descent of 12 minutes, which is going to go fast because we're going to go faster here in a second. And it will also give you a top of descent on here as well. So, all right, now we are at our top of climb, so we're going to lower that, and we're going to lower our props to 16.5. And we'll still pick up speed pretty well. All right, back to this. So I hit the radar button, and then you have to put this to map mode, which will change this display to the weather one, and then we'll put the weather on test. So weather radar test was good, so we'll put it on weather, and then the range is actually this one. So it shows 2 miles there, which is really all you really need, but you can push it out to 5 miles. So actually we'll leave it on 5 miles, but I only use that if there's weather on my route, like if I'm heading into storms. Otherwise I use Flight Plan Go with a weather overlay on my iPad, and it shows me where the rain is. So I don't usually worry about weather radar too much on my add-ons. I know where the storms are. Sim doesn't really do that great job of simulating storms, at least not yet. Hopefully X-Plane 12 will. Alright, seat belts are off, so we're going to come back here, we're going to drop some tables, some iPads for his iPhone. Click up here. Seatbelt signs are off, so they can do their thing. Cabin pressure, it's all good. Got a nice speed going. We'll add a little bit more torque. Alright, so our top of descent now is 3 minutes. So we have just enough time to use landing altitude settings. This PDF is actually within the manual. So you get the altimeter setting for our arrival, which is RNT It's 3018. Yeah, he told me 3018, so we'll do 3020, so plus 200 add to the airport elevation. So this is actually in the manual. I just printed it out and added it to my thing here. So field elevation at Renton is, I believe, 32 feet. So we're looking for 232 feet on the cabin pressure when we descend. Boeing fields, they're landing south. So if we need to go Boeing field, we can, but we're going to try Renton first. So we're coming up to our top of descent. As you can see, it shows on GTN as well. And then we'll get a notification to descend because I got it set for 1,500 feet per minute. So once we get the notification, I'll hit the descend button.
1399er, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Seattle Center 126.6, 1399er. 26.6.
Vertical track.
Alright, so let's take this down at 10 and we'll hit vertical speed. That will just start descent, take out some of the power. Seattle Center, King Air 1399, leaving flight level 220 to cross Ratty at 10,000.
King Air 1399er, Seattle Center, Roger, Renton, altimeter 3017.
3017, 1399er. So when you check in with a new controller, you have to let him know the last assigned instruction I had, which is why I said crossing Ratty at 10,000. Otherwise, you would just give your altitudes that you're descending and going to. But since I had a special instruction across, I had to say that. It's the same thing as saying you're descending via a star. You just given the full instruction. Alright, we have started our descent, which means we need to change that cabin pressure that we figured. So it's not a whole lot of work to do at cruise, really. So we'll reset that cabin pressure right now for 232. So we want cabin altitude at 232. So we're gonna use the top one. So that's 500 feet, so that's 200 something. So now, when you come up here, you'll see the cabin rate is dropping at 500 feet per minute down to our landing altitude. Seattle usually has 120.4. They're still landing south. So the approach that we're going to try is Renton is 20 feet. Doing the chins, and we need an approach, which is 16 Zulu, and the airport there. So we're going to cross Ratty at 10,000, prop, turboprop, cross maintain 10,000 to do a 343 heading. Turbojets, 12, that's okay. So we just do the 343 heading to Renton. And then we'll request this approach. Let me put this to 3018. 3018. So climb left, turn 2400. left 2400 and hold. So we're going to do it from Wunva since we're going to be on a north heading.
Number 9030 Delta Sierra, you're looking for Denver
Initial
Center.
approach fixed Wunva. MEA is 2100 feet. Let's see.
Okay,
and
you're on you've got a wrong frequency. You're
minimums is 526 500, which is already preset for decision altitude, 500 AGL. It's pretty much over water, so we don't have to change anything. We don't have to use MSL, which would be 526. So this does have an LPV approach, so it's an artificial glide path from Whibbit at 2000. And CTAF is 124. 124.7. Seems like I get 10-20 minutes to get called back. Oh, no worries. I'm explaining most everything, so you'll be able to review. Let's go ahead and punch in this.
CB 9030 Delta Sierra, Denver Tower. Turn left heading 065, runway 8, cleared for takeoff, wind 08085.
I want RNAV Zulu with the LPV approach, and we're going to take it from Wunva, and we're just going to load it for now. FBO's on the northwest corner of the airport that I want to use, so we'll be exiting right after we land. Altitude runway length is 5,382. Landing LDA is 4742. So you would come here, and you would go to your last page. Do your weight, which is like 13.3. Altitude is 32. 3018. You got to hit enter after every one of these. The temperature is 16.
Walker 390, Portland landing west to descend via the Hood 4.
Wind is 350 at 6.
3 descend via the Hood for arrival landing west, Walker 390.
Runway length LDA is 4742. That's feet. Runway heading is 158. Flaps down. We'll set the markers. So VREF is 103. We need 3,574 feet. So we are good there. Coming into the muck. Altimeter is set. Go ahead and close these tables. Got to close the iPad first, otherwise it won't close. iPad first, then table.
Contact Denver departure.
If you do the table first, it just gets locked.
King Air 1399er, contact Seattle approach 125.6.
Seattle approach 125.6, 1399er. To 5.6.
For 10 South.
CBM 930 Delta Sierra, Denver departure, radar contact.
Seattle approach, King Air 1399, chins 4, level 10,000, current with weather at Renton, request RNAV Zulu 16 approach from Wunva.
Number 139er Seattle approach. Seattle's in north ops, verify your request.
They must have just changed. I'll be right back with you, King Air 1399.
Roger, yeah, wind at Renton, even 350 at 6.
Roger. Just checked it.
Bird 0 Delta Sierra, turn left heading 350, climb and maintain flight level 190.
I literally just checked Boeing Field,
190, November
and it was
903 Delta Sierra.
south. Let me see what Seattle shows. Yeah, they're north. I wonder if... That's weird. Boeing Field south. Okay. Alright, so we want RNAV 34. Seattle approach, King Air 1399er. Do the RNAV 34 from Zulad.
November 139er, roger. Proceed direct Zulad now. I'm lower for you just a moment.
Clear direct Zulad 1399er. RNAV 34 Zulad. No. Load
Vertical
and
track.
activate.
For 139er, descend and maintain 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, 1399er. Alright, we're going to have a little bit of a higher minimum, so I don't think we're going to be able to get in here. So we're going to hit descend to 8,000.
CBM 0 Delta Sierra, turn left heading 290, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Left to 290, climb and maintain flight level 230, November 930 Delta Sierra.
This altitude minimums is much higher, is at 810, so it's going to be really, really tight. It's like right at 800 ceiling, so 810 Zulad is 22 Fesla, so I need 810 on the decision height. Put 810. And missed approach. Let me see, AV tab. Missed approach. Climb to 3,000.
139er, descend and maintain 6,000 and expect straight in. RNAV 134, please.
Descend and maintain 6,000 and expect straight in. RNAV 34 approach, King Air 1399. Climb to 3,000. Direct to Siki and then 029 Wunva and hold. So 3,000 is the magic number for that one.
CBM 0 Delta Sierra, when able to proceed direct Yami, join
So,
Medicine Bow transition.
Fesla
Direct Yami and join the Medicine Bowl
is
transition.
1600.
November 930 Delta Sierra.
And this does show icing, and I don't think we're in an icing range. It's 50 degrees. So we have moisture, but that's about it. We will turn on lights and all this stuff. Arm auto feather is back on. And we can turn on our windshield wipers so we can see. And CTAF Renton Tower is 124.7. Let's talk to those guys there.
Number 1399, reduce speed, slow as practical.
Reducing speed, slow as practical, 1399.
Number 0 Delta Sierra, contact Denver Center 133.67.
Denver Center 136.7, November 930 Delta Sierra.
Seatbelts are on.
Verification, that's 133.67, 3367.
133.67, November 930 Delta Sierra.
Do a notch of flaps. Do full power condition.
Number 930 Delta Sierra, Denver Center, climb, maintain flight level 280. So 13999, descend to maintain 5,000.
Descend to maintain 5,000, 13900. Having to watch speed and do all this stuff at the same time. I'm going to force the weather to make sure it looks accurate. Make sure if we have to go mist, we need to go mist, or maybe I'll get lucky and won't have to go mist.
13999, continue to maintain 4,000.
Descending to 4,000, 13999. Seven Lima Yankee. Hey buddy, how you doing? Looks soupy there. Yeah, I have a feeling we're not gonna be able to get in here. I have a feeling. Wind change, love it. When did you see the lights? Wyatt minimums, of course, sir, right? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see.
Number 13999, resume normal speed and cross Zulad at or above 2,500. They're straight in on runway 34.
Resume normal speed, cross Zulad at or above 2,500. Cleared RNAV, runway 34, straight in approach, King Air 1399. Alright, so Zulad is in front of us, so we can go down to 2,500. So we'll do that number. Let's drop out of the sky here. And minimums is like, what did I say it was? 810, so 840 MSL. We'll just say 850 MSL. And then we'll reset for 3,000. Fesla is 16.
Walker 390, Seattle Center, Roger, Portland, altimeter 3013.
All right, auto ignition, all that stuff is on. conditioner levers are full. And we can take this down to, after Zula, we have 5 miles to Fesla. So we'll be fine and dandy there. The safe altitude for Zulov is 2200, so 25 is definitely good to go. Bring back up our power so we don't stall, because that would suck. And I'm not too confident that we're going to see any airport.
Number 139er, no traffic observed between you and Renton. Report cancellation of IFR or Mr. Approach airborne this frequency. You can cancel on the ground within 5 minutes of landing on 122.2. Frequency change is approved.
Probably be talking to you soon. Frequency changed approved for 1399er. Alright, so the course heading is 337. Crossing over that, so 337. It's more like north, so just do north. Do down to 16 at Fesla. Then we'll go from there.
1,000 feet to minimums.
16 at Fesla and CTAF 124.7. Renton traffic, King Air 1399 stops on the RNAV 34 approach.
500 feet to minimums.
7 miles out, Renton traffic. See, Fesla is 1, 2, 3 miles. Yeah, 7 miles is about right. All right, so we're gonna hit. We're at level, so we're gonna hit the approach button, which will give us a VNAV. Even though this is not LPV, it is still a smart GTN, and it will bring us down per the chart. At least it should. So we're gonna call it at 850 MSL. At least it's not icing. So. 340. Overlay. Adding this to my laptop. Gear down. Do prop full. Do flaps full. And we might get lucky. Might get lucky.
Feet to minimums.
Need the airport by 850. I can see it right now, but sometimes it disappears. So I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Not yet. Right, we just hit minimums, and I am not okay with that. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to go to 3000. So we're going to hit climb mode. And we're going to raise the gear. I'm going to go full power here.
indicates up.
I'll get a missed approach here in a second. We're going to climb up to 3,000 because I did not feel comfortable with that. Activate GPS missed. And we'll do nav.
Flaps indicates up.
Come on. Alright, why is this not working? Can't go higher than 3,000, so let's see. Why am I going to let's see? I should be going to Wunva. It's gonna hold at let's see. Seattle approach, King Air 1399. I'm on the mist at 3,000. Looks like I'm gonna be in a hold at Lutzy, which is different when the chart said, so my apologies on that.
Number 399 Seattle approach ident.
I think because the Eric is old.
Number 399 radar contact 1.4 miles north of Seattle Airport, Seattle altimeter 3018.
3018. Stand by, I'll be right back with you. 1399. Alright guys, let me turn. I don't know why that autopilot was giving me hell, and it was like not giving me the right waypoints for the mist. It's really weird. It's an old Eric. That's the problem with this. All right, let me see if we can get into Boeing Field. Let me see what they're doing.
Approach Walker 390 at 9200, just sending grid HUD 4. We viewed the format, Portland, and request the other.
Variable at 3.
Right, approach static, Schaefer.
You can, all right.
Over 390 Portland approach, Portland altimeter 3012, thanks for uniform at Schaefer, cleared ILS runway 28 right approach, report established localizer.
Schaefer cleared ILS 28 right approach, over report established localizer, Walker 390.
You can see the ground on the left. Yeah, unfortunately you have to see everything out the front, I guess. Let me see if I can enter in a flight plan. Let's do add waypoint, do BFI, Boeing Field, load procedure, activate vectors to file. No, I don't want to do that. All right, let's do this. Let me get the right chart up for Boeing Field. Because that didn't work. I kind of wanted to do the mist anyway, because I don't want to do the mists. And now I need to update my GTN apparently. Alright, so we're going to do BFI, add that in there. And ILS 14 right should have a pretty good minimums here. The wind is calm, it's 300 minimums, so let's change our minimums to 300, which are right here. And Boeing Field. Alright, Boeing Field, it would be 14 right approach. Okay. Current with Foxtrot. Seattle approach, King Air 1399. Current with Foxtrot at Boeing Field. Can I get a quick IFR to Boeing Field to fly the, if I can get vectors to the ILS 14 right approach, 1399.
1399, are you cleared to Boeing Field Airport via fly heading 315? Radar vectors direct, maintain 3000, and expect ILS runway 14 approach.
Cleared to Boeing Field via heading 315, BP vectors for ILS 14 right approach, 1399. Five flight plan, Boeing Field procedure approach, ILS 14 right vectors, load approach. And I need the frequency, which is 110.9, which plugged it in automatically. And we'll switch this to localizer. Course heading is 135. All right, 135. So we're gonna do BFI 18. So I don't need to change anything on the pressure, that's fine. And the approach is 14 right, airport there. So she's taking us out, we're gonna be circling left, I guess. Minimums. 290 actually. Straight in. It's 300. So let me reset that for 300. Oh, it was right. Never mind. Never mind. So missed approach for this one. Blako 11, climb and hold, continue to climb 64. So the first one cross 1,500 feet. So 1,500 feet is the first one, and then we can go to 64. Left heading 2. I'm sorry, you cut out to what? 1399.
200.
200 1399. All right, so 15, and I need to see that. So I'm going to check the waypoints this time and see what that missed approach shows. Shows Blako. Hold at Blako. That's correct.
1399, continue left turn heading 150, join localizer.
Continue left turn 150, join the localizer 1399er. So we'll arm nav.
1 to 2 o'clock, 2.5 miles northeastbound altitude, indicates 4,500 to have the known, should be no factor, contact Portland Tower.
Portland Tower, on way to obstruction, sir, Walker 39.
Air 1399, you're 6 miles from SIG, cleared ILS, runway 14 right approach.
Cleared ILS 14 right approach, 1399er. 120.6 is tower for Boeing Field. 13 miles to Boeing, and missed approach is 1,500 feet first.
237 Charlie, Boise clearance here on the ground at Boise Airport.
Affirmative.
Yeah, that missed approach for Renton is completely wrong.
Okay, no, 37 Charlie, you can contact Boise clearance. I'm receiving you on the Salt Lake Center.
Oh, okay, sorry about it. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Sorry guys, I'm not looking at chat. I can only multitask so much.
1399, contact Boeing Tower.
Over to Boeing Tower, 1399er.
Walker 384, line tower, wind 30008, runway 28 right, clear to land.
28 right, clear land, Walker 390.
Boeing Tower, King Air 1399, assumption of localizer 14 right.
1399, Boeing Tower, thank you, runway 14 right, clear to land.
14 right, clear to land, 1399er.
Boise clearance, 370. IFR Seattle.
37 Charlie, Boise clearance, clear to Seattle Tacoma International Airport, Boise 3 departure to Boise, direct OLA as filed. Maintain 16,000, expect flight level 280, departure frequency 119.6 is squawk 2415.
37 Charlie, Seattle, Boise 3. Boise, OLA filed. 16,000. Expect 280, 1196, confirm, 4215.
37 Charlie, confirm the squawk 2415.
2415, got it that time, thank you.
37 Charlie, read back correct.
Should capture the glide slope, which it is. Alright, everything is good for landing still. Do everything that's good there. Do one more notch of flaps here in a moment. We got 3 green on the gear. Minimums is 300 radar, which is like 308 MSL, so say 310 MSL. Missed approach again would be straight out. Let me reset that heading bug in case I need that. Be straight out for about 4 DME at or below 1500, and then we climb to 6400 if I need to.
feet to minimums. Feet to minimums.
Fresno approach, Skyhawk 49er73 Romeo.
Alright, got the field.
Yeah, Fresno approach, good day. Yeah, I'm about 25 miles to the south of Fresno International via FAR to Madera. I'd like to transit through the Charlie, and I have Sierra.
100 feet to minimums.
4973 Romeo, squawk 7243.
Autopilot off.
I'm sorry, say again on the squawk, please.
4973 Romeo, squawk 7243, ident.
7242 ident for 73 Romeo.
7243.
I'm sorry, 7243 ident for 73 Romeo.
100 feet.
Walker 390, correction Walker 390, taxi to parking via Alpha, left your choice to the gate.
Alpha, left my choice to the gate, Walker 390.
So we'll stop here at Alpha 7.
73 Romeo, radar contact 15 miles south of Fresno Airport, Fresno altimeter 29902. Taken the aircraft destination and your plane cruise altitude.
Yeah, 73 Romeo is type Cessna 172. We're at 2,000 feet.
That's a
what was the
that's a runway.
Destination, and are you going to be remaining at 2,000 for your cruise?
Destination is going to be Madera, Madera Municipal for 73 Romeo.
No 1399 taxi to Park via Alpha 7 Alpha, cross runway 14 left at Alpha 7, monitor ground.
Alpha 7 Alpha to parking, cross 14 left at Alpha 7, monitor ground 1399, thanks, see ya. What the hell is ground here? Let me see. Ground is 0.9er. Turn off the landing lights. Do engine anti-ice on for ground ups. Switch to ground. The only thing that was really wrong was the missed approach procedure that was part of this thing. It was my bad, but I explained why I didn't follow the proper procedure. It's got to be an old Eric. Now, busy flight, 7 Lima Yankee says, yeah, sure was. Now I want to punch in the Renton Airport again see what that missed approach says, but make sure I didn't do something wrong, because that's always possible. You can hold minimums till crossing threshold. Yes, yeah, I knew that. I just knew that I wanted to kind of do the missed approach procedure. I just didn't realize it was messed up in the actual GTN. But you're right. Yeah, you can stay at minimums until you cross over the threshold, and then you can climb up to your missed approach. But another thing I was having problems with was getting the autopilot to fly the missed approach procedure. Like, it was not wanting to activate. It was weird. Maybe I should have like gone to heading first, because I hit nav, but I was already on approach mode. So maybe I should have hit heading first. I don't know. I don't go miss that much, so it's kind of a learning experience. It was a good day to practice miss, that's for sure.
Charlie Boise ground.
Cabin pressure is equal. Everything is good there.
Kilo is now current.
All right, so if I were to do, let's remove that approach, and we'll do Renton, procedure approach, and I wanted the RNAV 34. So if you take it from Zulad, which is what I did, then you load the approach. So after Zulad, it goes to Fezla, and then looking at the chart, let me pull up the chart again. I think I exited out. Yeah, I did. Hang on. Renton, GPS 34. Missed approach is 1VA. Missed approach, climb to 3000, direct to Seiki, and on track 029er to 1VA and hold. That's not at all what happened. So runway 34, and then the minimums, and then it goes right to Lepsy. So it wasn't my fault. It was the old Eric that this thing is about a year old. So they probably changed the missed approach procedure. So I need to make a note of that for this flight. That, because what I can do is I can do like, I can click to 432 and hit insert after if I don't want to update it or whatever, and then do SEK IE. It says no match is found. SEKIE. Huh. It's not even in the database on this thing. So I'm going to have to probably update this again. It's no big deal. I guess in the future, I'll just make a note to check that. And if I need to go missed, which is a strong possibility, I'll just have to tell them to get special permission to go straight out to Lepsy, I guess. I'm not sure what else to do other than not fly that approach. I will. All right. So what do we got left here? Turn off those lights. Cabin pressure is fine. We'll turn off the seat belts and coffee maker.
28 left the opposite direction. If you want to make a 180 there on Bravo.
Turn off the environment. Turn off the bleeds. Pitot stall warning is already off. Take that out of beta. Put that on standby. Turn off avionics because I am done with them. Turn off EFIS, inverters, feather the props, fuel cutoff.
Disconnected.
And then we'll do a replay of the landing real quick. It seemed like it was an okay landing. It's always an exciting thing when you fly with me. All right, replay. I did sign off, right? Okay. That'd be embarrassing.
60 knots.
I wish this crap would be fixed, but it is what it is. Maybe XP11 will fix it. It's a combination of Orbix, True Earth, Washington mixed with Dewesky Designs airports, Seattle airports. They don't mesh too well.
Airspeed alive. 40 knots. $60 knots. 200 feet to minimums. 100 feet to minimums. Minimums. 100 feet. 50 feet. Airspeed alive. 40 knots.
And technically, you know, I guess what I should have done on the missed approach procedure was I should have, you know, it's up to the pilot to make sure that the procedures are accurate. You're supposed to brief them before you fly it. And I did brief it. It didn't occur to me that it was not right in the database, but now we know. So I could have just told him before I flew it that I don't have C-key, therefore I cannot fly the missed approach as published. So I would have to get like a separate missed approach procedure authorized before, like just say, can I go straight to left seat at 3,000, like it's what the airplane wanted me to do. So as long as you authorize it beforehand, that would probably work. As long as everybody's on the same page. So that was completely my fault to fly something that was not currently published. But it happened and I learned from it. Let me turn this battery off. We'll close that. It's traffic global. Though the easiest thing to do is probably just to update my GTN. probably do that soon. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. That was a good flight. Lots happened. Oh, sorry, I missed that earlier, Des, as usual. GTNs don't update with Navigraph, right? So this GTN does not update with Navigraph because it is a real-world Garmin trainer that Reality XP plugged in, was able to use the trainers inside these models. So Garmin releases an outdated Eric with their trainers, usually about 6 months old. And the one I'm using is about a year old, and I know there's been updates since I've updated the GTN, so that's why my missed approach is probably like a year old and very old. Most of the time I don't get burned by it. This is actually one of the only times I can think of that, I mean, usually like the number might be off, so instead of like chins 4, it might say chins 3, but all the waypoints are exactly the same, and all the altitude restrictions are exactly the same. So it's very rare that I get burned on actual waypoints like I did this time. This is, I wouldn't even say rare. This is probably the first time it's actually ever happened to me. So lessons learned, but yeah, it's not a Navigraph thing because it's proprietary. So they just release, an outdated Eric with their Garmin trainers. That's the only way you can get it. So you just update the GTN software and it will show in the update notes which Eric you're getting. So some updates don't actually come with an updated Eric. So those are the updates I don't update unless I get a fresh Eric with it. So I'm just going to have to research that for next time I fly into this area, especially Renton apparently. All right, cool. Cool. All right, y'all, I am going to get on out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be back normal. But if I do, I might do a stream over the weekend, but if I do, it'll probably be like a DCS thing. I know not you guys are all that interested in DCS, but sometimes I do the recordings so I can see where I made mistakes or improve my flying in DCS. It's a quick way to make a recording, is to stream it. Otherwise, I'll be back Monday, same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Eastern. Slaters. Y'all take care. Chase out.
Indeed, to send you to logger for RNAV 35 right.
Frontier 523 at Dog, you are cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 35 right approach.
At Dog, we're clear for the RNAV Zulu 35 right approach, runway 523.
Skywest 5088, turn righting 260, vector base.
Right 260, Skywest 5088.
Southwest 1458, Denver approach right.
Correct, but I read you the wrong altimeter. Sorry, it's 3027.
I thought that was wrong. 3027, thanks. 6 Alpha Yankee.
2538, flight level 270, and to descend via the Flatty landing zone.
Southwest 342, Denver approach, Tango's current, plan visual approach, runway, correction, plan RNAV Zulu approach, runway 35 right, Denver altimeter 3027.
That was 342, but we are flight level 270, descend via well plan on the RNAV Zulu 35 right, Southwest 342.
266 to cross powder at 17,000 at 250 knots.
Tango.
Southwest 2538, Denver approach, plan visual approach, runway 35 left, Denver altimeter 3027.
3027, plan on 35 left, Southwest 2538.
Learjet 570, Romeo, Denver approach. Copied your altitude, but I missed KVAC if you have it. Plan visual approach, runway 12 left at Metro, Denver altimeter 3027.
12 left, and we do have Quebec, 0 Romeo.
2436, turn left, heading is 080, just going to box around that area until you're ready.
Okay, American 2436, 080, I'm at it, thank you.
Lobo 41, would you like uniform or Victor frequency for center?
That's 2277.
Back tower, 133.3, we'll see you.
333, see you, Sky 58.
Hello, Denver United 2104, descending to 24.7, descending via the Clash.
2104, Denver approach, find the visual approach, and then 35 right, Denver altimeter 3027.
Visual approach to 35 right, 3027, and we've got Tango.
United 2104, police speed at Everly.
Police speed at Everly, United 2104.
Exit 788, contact approach 123.85 today.
2385, good day, exit 788.
South 294, contact approach 123.85 today.
Hello, Denver exit 788 out of 17, descending on the ski 3 and range Tango.
Exit 788, the approach, roger. Delete the speeds on the arrival, maintain 210 knots or greater.